Hey, Mike.
What's up?
You like Netflix?
You know it.
You like watching movies instantly on Netflix?
I think that's all I do with my time.
I think a lot of people, that's all they do with their time.
That or TV.
Maybe we should do a segment where that's all we fucking do is just talk about Netflix.
That's a great idea.
Netflix breakdown. Netflix breakdown. One of the only shows on YouTube where you can watch a couple bearded fat guys talk about movies. As we said before, you're surfing through Netflix. You want to know what movies to watch. You want to fill up your queue with some good stuff. Don't worry. We got it all covered. Mike and I are going to talk about 4 different films today that you can check out right now. The first film I'd like to talk about is a film by director Shane Carruth called Upstream Color. He loves to do sci-fi films, and this is actually his second one. His first film was called Primer. When Upstream Color first aired at Sundance Film Festival, it was said to actually be trending higher on social media than the festival itself. It's got some intense visuals, some wonderful performances by actress Amy Seimetz and Shane Carruth himself, and it's got a really great soundtrack. It'll make you think. It's an intelligent film. It's actually been largely criticized for thinking it's too smart than its audience, but to that we'd have to say, you might have to watch it again.
All right, my first Netflix film is a film called Dear Mr. Watterson, which is directed by this kid, Joel Schroeder, I believe, and it's kind of a passion project about the comic strip Calvin and Hobbes. The director basically tracks down all the locations, the town that Bill Watterson is from, and where he kind of got to start as a comic journalist and all that sort of thing. And he went and checked out all the places, checked out museums, stuff that holds the artwork, and kind of did this retrospective, at the same time kind of doing a commemorative thing about Bill Watterson's career and life in the Calvin and Hobbes books. Pretty excellent documentary, especially if you grew up reading it. Calvin and Hobbes is something that I definitely grew up reading, so I enjoyed that aspect. The guys from Ohio, it was cool to see people from Ohio State University being interviewed and that sort of thing. Definitely a cool movie, especially if you're a fan of the comics.
Another film I thoroughly enjoyed, and who doesn't enjoy a little film with a little, Brie Larson, wink wink nudge nudge, is a film called Short Term 12. What I loved about this film was its take on mental health. Films have tried mental health before, but usually it has to deal with adults. This film actually dealt with adolescent mental health issues. Great performances by everyone involved. It had a great soundtrack, great cinematography, and you really cared about the characters, which isn't something you can say for most films these days. Ninja Turtles.
So my second movie would be 2005's Cursed, which is directed by horror legend Wes Craven. It's a movie about these 2 teenagers, one played by Christina Ricci and one played by slightly younger Jesse Eisenberg. They're brothers and sisters who are out during the night on a party in California, and they get into a car accident and get attacked by a werewolf. And so through the rest of the film, they start slowly turning into werewolves. That's kind of fun. It's a little bit corny. It came out in 2005, but it's very 90s. The look of it, the style of it kind of reminds you of something like Scream, but less inventive and not as good. But it is a fun time. Wes Craven's always a good watch. The actors are fun. The ridiculous violence and effects are good. But if you're looking for like a nice Friday night kind of corny horror movie, definitely check out Cursed.
Hi, I'm Batman, and I would totally subscribe to that channel because those guys are super fucking cool.